Hey guys, this week is going to be another kind of new style episode. This is a castle that I've been working on over the past week or so on my friend's private server. I got inspired by this cool picture of a castle that I had seen on Twitter the other day. We'll put it up right over there so you guys can see it. And I just wanted to build something kind of inspired by it. It's not the exact thing, and I only have, the one front image, but I think it turned out really nicely, and you guys can kind of see my building process, and yeah. Okay, this is kind of the footing for the castle that I'm currently in the progress of building at the moment. I've kind of got the idea where I'm going to have four main towers with like a lower section. And so that's going to go up here, here, and then one over here, and then opposite it right there, with this kind of being the main like throne room or so of the castle. And then there will be a walkway going through here, with the ground portion being like the grand hall, and then like a mid-level that you can walk on from above right here. I've got kind of a loose idea baked up in my creative world at the moment, with like one mock tower built, but for the most part I'm gonna kind of free for all it. For right now, it's just going to be a base layer of these deep slate bricks, and then it'll have some blackstone and gilded blackstone, and then different deep slate varieties mixed in, as well as dark oak and then pale oak for the wood accents throughout. Okay, I've got the... Whoa, hang on a minute. I'm not used to playing with shaders on, and there's a rainbow right over my castle. Oh my gosh. Hello, sheep. So I've got the base area for the front of the castle pretty much done, although I did run out of raw blackstone, which is fine because I was wanting to scatter in random pieces of cracked blackstone as well as the gilded blackstone throughout. So I'm just gonna start breaking a bunch of random ones that I will go through after the fact to add in some of that detailing. I'm impressed at myself for having not fallen through any holes yet. I knew it was bound to happen. Okay, so now between that and what I've got here, I should be able to get this complete. Although I've already died twice in bastions trying to gather the blackstone, and especially gilded blackstone that I've got so far, and I do not look forward to needing to go back out to get some more. Bastions are just... I struggle with them, man. I suppose I'll do all the gilded that I have first, and then I'll throw in the cracked stuff. I'm gonna have to go into more bastions anyways, because this same pattern is gonna be basically through this base layer all the way to the back end of the castle, and this is all the gilded that I got from 2 separate bastions, which is rough. Okay, that's at least a decent start. I imagine that I'll be adding in more later on as I go, but there's going to be towers coming up off of these anyways, so not all of it's going to be particularly exposed. Like from the front, we're just going to be seeing that strip there, so maybe I'll replace a couple more of those with the cracked bricks. And then, for the most part, we're not going to see a lot of this stuff as we go. But I have a lot more deep slate than I have blackstone, and the next section is going to be mostly deep slate again. That's the first tower done. And honestly, the rest of it's going to be matching this vibe quite a bit, but pretty much it's going to be this base layer here, and then there's going to be a couple different internal stepped layers with these arrow slits at the top, and then the crenellations all the way through, which it's cool seeing the light go through the arrow slits like that. I have a kind of different design that I'm going to go through on the middle here, but I'm going to probably wait until I get the other tower complete for that. Okay, I'm going to have to actually wing this next part a bit, because it turns out I've built the towers closer together than I had originally planned on doing, which I've not super laid out what I'm going to do with this build ahead of time, but I had kind of this general idea planned out, but not the specifics that I've done so far. It's unfortunate that that's directional. I mean, it's such a small detail that literally nobody ever is going to notice, but it's going to bother me that the like face is oriented that way. You know, the eyes are up there, but it's under a pillar, so I should get over myself. Okay, let's see. So originally I had that a bit different. What if I... No. think what I'm gonna do is like this, and then we'll have a stack of these maybe, or should I do the walls? Yeah, we'll do the walls to match this one here. Because we're gonna have some windows behind this. Originally there's gonna be a door, and this was gonna be made into a walkway, so actually maybe... Do I want to forego the door? Yeah, I'm going to forego the door because I'm going to have a door on each of these side ones. And I liked the idea of there being a central door because, like, the theory being, like, in fantasy movies or whatever, when a royal person, like, stands on, like, a walkway like that. Hello, pig. But I think I'll just forego the door here, and I will stick with doing 2 sets of windows here. Or worst case, we do 2 doors and no windows later on. Actually, yeah, that's what we'll do. We'll have a door here and a door here, and then we'll have windows above them. So the door is going to go to that high. And then maybe behind this... Yeah, we'll have this backed with deep slate bricks, and then we'll have windows above these. Could be cool. How do I want that window to be? It's all the question. Oh my gosh. Come on. Bring it together. This is embarrassing at this point. There we go. Okay. So I could have the window inset. Maybe? I don't think I'm gonna like these like that if I do windows all the way back there, which means I am going to switch this to be the windows on the same layer as the door. How about I just do that? I don't need to get up on top of the towers quite this second. So we'll have that there, and maybe we'll just have one big cool shaped window. Yep, this is what's happening. I got it. We'll place a temporary one there to put that there. And then now I'm gonna fail in the opposite direction. And then let's put a temporary block here. This is in every single way possible different from before. Also, I guess I don't need arrow slits in the middle there. I'll probably change that later. Okay, so now back in all of that. And then maybe we'll have a walkway go across here. Yeah, I think that's what's gonna happen. Now, do I want to have, that's what, yeah, I'm gonna do solid glass behind it. I'm not gonna do panes, which means I swear I'm not normally this stupid with my scaffolding usage. There we go. So yeah, I'll do solid panes of, or solid blocks of glass here, and I think I'm gonna do white stained glass, and then we'll have doors here. We'll have white stained glass panes on those. Yeah, I think it's all coming together.
Oh yeah, it's all coming together.
So I've got the facade kind of how I would like it. I need to get some lanterns to dangle from these. But it's going to be white glass through here, as I said earlier, and then that kind of, I don't know, I like the shape of that. There's going to be white glass in that window as well. And then I've started accenting with some dark oak, as well as I really, really like the pale oak doors, especially in this context, because the gray of these like long banded hinges and the door handle and everything just goes so well with the deep slate that we've got going on. As well as that, I've got the kind of base layer, foundational support, whatever, the same as this for where the back two towers are going to go. I added this stripe of the polished stairs going around to kind of add some texture and break that up some, but I'm definitely going to have to add something along these faces, because especially over on this one, it's a lot of the same repeating texture. So maybe I'll add like cracked bricks or something throughout later on, and then some windows and more hanging lamp posts, chains, whatchamacallits, over on this side. But I really like how it's coming along. In my test world, I literally just had like this singular tower, so I'm kind of just winging it from this point on. I'm gonna have to figure out some way to transition this. I think I'm gonna have a walkway and maybe like a big like grand gate similar to that lower gate or something, or have stairs leading up. I don't know, we'll see. But I'm gonna cap off the black stone here and then build the towers, and once I have that, it'll kind of give me something to step forward to figure out the next stage. As the sun kind of sets down behind it, here is a final flyover of what I've got for this castle so far. Oh my gosh, my eyes! I haven't quite finished out like the floors and details of these back towers, partially because I am still undecided on how I want the staircase to go up through, if I want it to match the same as the front side of the tower, like this, where I have it go all the way from the base level all the way with some step ups for the arrow slits. I suppose I could have given a better view out this way, but these go all the way up to the top of the towers, or if I want to have maybe this bottom section filled in and there's a different way to get to this main floor, like maybe this should be the only way in. So I'm still thinking about that kind of stuff, and I'm going to add in a throne, and really I just kind of want to live in this castle for, I don't know, the next foreseeable amount of time while I play on this server. I'm right next to an area that some of my friends were building. One of them's building this kind of little town down here in this, I don't even know what you'd call this, water basin. Here, I need to sleep. It's getting too dark, and the shaders are, I don't know how well they'll come across on video. But yeah, so I've got this friend building over here. Thanks, morning sun. This is why I don't really play with shaders terribly often. I kind of find them a little bit annoying for actual gameplay. But there's another friend building right over here. And this is actually like the 5th base that I've had on this server. I move around a lot when I play for an extended period of time. We've had this server up for, I think it's going on its 3rd year now. I mean, this is like, yeah, my 4th or 5th place that I've lived in. But the point being is I want to live in this place for a while, make it my home, maybe add in some like residential areas out throughout here. Because that's kind of what I like to do when I build a castle, is I'll build the keep and then I'll build like an outer wall and residences and necessities like blacksmiths and that kind of stuff. I want it to look lived in. So I'll give you guys an update when that happens, but I don't really have any sort of a timeline on that because this server I just kind of play when I feel like it. I do like how this looks from below. I don't know if I'm gonna do a drop ceiling or not, but yeah, so this is my castle. I've enjoyed the building of it. I'm always, you know, having fun building castles. I feel like Minecraft is explicitly good at castles. I think the blocky nature of the game just lends to this style building. So I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, then you know, likes, comments, subscriptions, you name it, all the YouTube stuff would be appreciated. And I will be back for some more Minecraft videos as I can.